Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here today. We are the Marsh Maker Project Group, 4 architecture master students from the University of the West of England. Stuart Phelps and Edwin Fletcher, our clients, were guiding us throughout the master planning journey. The current circumstances have been challenging. Communication, teamwork, shifting from physical to virtual platforms, COVID-19 cases within our team, and traveling-related issues majorly affected our capabilities and effective time management. Regardless of all obstacles, we made sure we can deliver a master plan that meets the expectations, the housing demand, and Bristol's sustainability targets of 2050. Marsh Maker is the working title of a group of community agencies, local businesses and technical advisors. St Philip's Marsh has been identified in Bristol City Council's future development plan as a key area for redevelopment. The site is located southeast of Bristol, 350 metres from Temple Meads train station. It is defined by feeder canal running east to west and the River Avon that embraces the south of the site. We started out by a micro-macro analysis looking at Bristol, understanding the connections between the centre and the marsh. The master plan is seeking to address concerns and insecurities raised, as well as refining what is appropriate to introduce to the site. Key concerns remain the erosion of grassroots businesses and communities and their replacement with white-collar ones. High traffic levels have been an issue at rush hour with the absence of public transport. Looking at the site in relation to Bristol helped us understand how we could possibly improve the current isolated situation and promote sustainable ways of transportation. Architecture and planning are carried out with careful consideration and active participation of the end users. In order to develop coordinated concepts to shape the transformation of the site, our team recognized the importance of community-oriented master planning. The recognition and care for the human dimension, conversion, character preservation is instrumental in creating a suitable and compromising design that supports Bristol's livable city vision. Before any development approach could proceed, a cohesive exploration into the existing site needed to be undertaken to best protect the existing businesses, site features, and character of the marsh. Key spaces have been identified on the marsh. We aim to preserve the independent sector and the site's most unique features and places, such as the fruit market and spicery. The site's history made us aware of the housing situation and how it all got wiped out during the past years and where it should be reproposed.
The following 2 slides show the core part of our engagement was extensive data analysis to gain base understanding of what type of community we are engaging to ensure no designer bias towards the master plan. Our design team has investigated different considerations and methods for engaging communities, particularly in low resource setting as St Philip's Marsh. The team has identified 4 key stakeholders that will be involved within our work. Below there are some methods of communication to keep in frequent contact with each group. Our finalized approach included a briefing document with cover letter introducing our work to the community, a fully functional website as a forum for conversation, and a 3D model to support our master plan in visual manner. Cultural and social aspects has been considered to ensure our proposal has positive impact on the community and site users. Provided image illustrates our approaches we have investigated during each stage of development. The following 3 slides show our engagement goes beyond our site, collaborating with other groups in nearby neighborhoods, such as BS3 Residential, Craft Quarter and Lawrence Hill, to share ideas and incorporate elements into proposal joining up our communities. We are happy to declare that such close collaboration with those projects led to foundation of quality solutions to ensure our communities remain diverse but well connected.
Further to our community engagement, we've also considered the following to inform our decisions: past, present and future planning applications, listed buildings and structures in and around the marsh, land ownership and a business typology study. We've also completed more diagrammatic analysis such as current access and transport options, green spaces that are available, and flood risk analysis. These will establish strengths and weaknesses that will inform our final proposal.
For St Philip's, Bristol City Council has produced criteria to ensure the regeneration becomes successful. They have identified 7 key zones, as seen on the map below, where major changes will take place. Our comments about Bristol Plan include that the key feature of Marsh is to set precedents for mixed-use layout across the entire site. With sizable number of blue-collar businesses, it is important to designate space to help them thrive. Enhancing canal side environment will benefit area and its users with healthier lifestyle activities. Encouraging different modes of movement accessible to all will ensure marsh connectiveness to its surroundings. And finally, being an island sitting on marshland, flood risk prevention mechanisms need to be considered. As a result, we have produced 7 strategic objectives spread across 2 pages that investigate movement and connectivity, inclusive services, affordable and social housing, physical and mental well-being, increased employment, providing low-carbon energy sources, and flood prevention mechanisms.
The proposal for St. Philip's Marsh retains part of its industrial heritage whilst introducing new development and activity into the area, enabling it to become a more attractive destination for Bristol and an example of how local blue-collar businesses can be respected but adapted to redevelopment for today's diverse and demanding cities. The aim was to create a dynamic centre and sub-centres within the site that is fed by strong transport and connecting links to the wider context of Bristol. The heart of St. Philip's Marsh becomes the frontage of the feeder canal, with an active stepped water frontage offering various activities, spaces where people can gather for leisure, businesses, relaxation, and residential purposes. Smaller spaces are clustering throughout the site. Smaller communities add variation and uniqueness to each individual space, incorporating a robust framework of layered buildings that can support a wide range of activities. Craft Trail is established between the marsh and Craft Quarter to encourage movement between the sites, increasing tourism from further afield. Craft Quarter site is host to so many well-established businesses already. With the upcoming redevelopment of the marsh, it may provide the opportunity for some businesses to grow, network, and relocate if they wish to. The proposed master plan will feature active ground floors with spaces for workshops and retail units for blue-collar industries and independent makers to showcase their crafts. The sacrificial basement with dwellings above can store water in the event of flooding. There are several buildings we decided to keep or only incorporate smaller conversion to enhance the use of space. We kept the fruit market as we think it is important to preserve the independent sector. Most businesses, including energy and power, recreational and creative units, are kept untouched on the northeast side. The addition of pedestrian pathways and crossing points along with cycle access, shared spaces create ease of movement throughout the proposal. Speed is limited to 20 km per hour on Albert Crescent, Feeder and Albert Road to support a safer and less congested movement, especially in rush hour. A bus route is proposed from Temple Mills towards Feeder Road, where it takes a turn to Albert Crescent, back to the Feeder, and then towards Albert and Bath Road all the way back to Bristol Centre. One of our main aims was to supply the marsh with affordable accommodation and social housing. The plan envisions a neighborhood of urban blocks with private courtyards and vibrant public spaces with limited access and parking for cars. A mixed residential and office development can be found next to the rails and another right at the edge of Spark Evans Park, maximizing park views and encouraging a more active use of the area. The south side of the marsh is mirroring the housing development that is currently in progress on the other side of the River Avon. The rails with existing vegetation, topography and post-rail industry in combination with programming for different age groups and levels of engagement have the potential to become an attractive green strip in the middle of the marsh. The park would evolve from a highline-like garden to a future destination for leisure which connects east to west of the marsh. The rail yard and refitting of rail tracks are important markers for the identity of the neighborhood and another possibility for transport. We left the eastern part of the train open for future use to enhance connectivity. With the conversion into a park, the project's aim was to provide visitors with a beautiful and relaxing vantage point where they could exercise and enjoy nature in an urban location.
Phase 1 is to be carried out between now and 5 years' time. It includes current planning applications such as Silverthorne Lane and various applications made by Bristol University for a new city campus on the old postal sorting office grounds. We are also proposing repairs to the flyover with a new pedestrian walkway added to improve connectivity between the north and the south. There will also be ground source heat pumps installed beneath Neatham Park and the feeder canal. Phase 2 sees infiltration of development to the west side of the marsh in 10 to 15 years' time, where the Temple Quarter has already been allocated in the local development plan. It includes a new leisure strip boasting an active waterfront with bars, restaurants and light entertainment facilities, which would set a precedent for future phases to come. Phase 3 seeks to undergo redevelopment in 15 to 20 years from now, providing sufficient time for businesses to relocate or temporarily suspend trading if they wish to return. It predominantly constitutes of new active ground floor workspaces with residential units above, large green courtyards and a creative hub next to the nursery. The penultimate phase of the master plan will be undertaken in 20 to 25 years from now. East of the fruit market is a concrete production facility, which would be counterintuitive to move until the previous phases are complete. Following their completion, the site will be ideal for mixed-use residential and office units, boasting close proximity to new and existing green spaces. Phase 5 is proposed to commence in 25 to 30 years from now, and will see the completion of all major redevelopment and conversion of the railway service yard into a large public park. However, we are conscious that the GWR service yard is heavily populated with a blue-collar workforce. But with all phases complete and potential sites like the fruit market, SSE power station and the retail complex due for renovation, it may encapsulate the site, making it ideal for its renewal and persuade them to move their operations elsewhere, like Exeter. With the unpredictability of thinking that far ahead into the future, we've proposed 2 master plans, one including and one excluding the redevelopment of the service yard.
We have uploaded brief and objectives of St. Philip's Marsh redevelopment proposal on the website, and we're able to receive responses by using the contact sections and allow us to communicate with local communities through this platform. Thank you.